The trainer galleries from the back end of Sword and Shield have some amazing cards in them. We're going to take a look at some of them today and figure out how much they're going for. What's going on, everybody? Bagel Master here, coming at you with another video. I was just recently on the Trainer Gallery podcast. I'll link that in the description below. And we got on a discussion about Trainer Gallery cards, and it got me thinking, maybe I should just do a video on my own about some of these bigger cards from this and kind of what they're doing in the market. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Today's bagel was cinnamon raisin with plain cream cheese. Staple, gotta have it, love it. Before I get into it, I just want to say thank you all for watching. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below what your favorite Trainer Gallery card is. There's a lot of them, and I would love to hear from you guys about which cards are your favorite from those sets. Also, the giveaway winner for the Evolution card is in the description below, so check that. Claim your prize, get back at me, and I'll get that shipped out to you. All right, so the first card we're gonna look at today is the Pikachu VMAX, currently going for about $72. Some of these listings down here are right around $75 to $80. Let's look at the 1 year. So let's see, about a year ago, this was sitting at like a $30 card, and now it's all the way up to a $70 to $75 card. So it's a pretty good increase. For the year. I think that this is like the end of its affordability, I would say. Like, unless you want to pay more than like $100 for a card, which, like, I don't know. I personally like to buy these things when they're not $100, but I think that this is going to keep rising. I mean, Pikachu is obviously Pikachu, pretty popular, but these Trainer Gallery cards, like the sets that they came in, they're getting more and more expensive and harder to find. So this artwork's great. You got red in the front, big Pikachu in the back. Card's pretty awesome. Definitely something to keep an eye on. These Trainer Gallery cards are going to go up just because of the sets becoming harder and harder to find. Lost Origin booster boxes are pretty expensive right now, so definitely try and pick this card up if you don't have it already. All right, next up, we got the Starmie V. Now, this is probably, like, of all the Trainer Gallery cards, this is probably one of the best artworks. I mean, like, Misty's a super popular trainer. Starmie's kind of, like, the iconic partner, and, like, the scene that they are in is just pretty cool. They're in, like, they're in a pool, little floating lunch right here. Like, I don't know, has to be in the top of the Trainer Gallery cards for sure, and it like shows in the price. This card has always been like one of the more pricey ones. I guess like in March of this year it shot up to $100, and then now it's kind of right back up to that area as well. So I definitely retraced a little bit. I think this card could go pretty hard in the future. This is from Astral Radiance, also another set that's pretty hard to get your hands on, just because all of those Sword and Shield sets from that back part are now starting to blow up a little bit. But yeah, $100 for this card. I mean, I guess if you had bought it a couple months ago in June, it would have been $80. And it could retrace. We got a bunch of Misty's Pokemon and Destined Rivals, so maybe that affected the price on this a little bit, but maybe not. Maybe people are trying to go back right now and pick it up. $100 is pretty steep. If you're a big Misty fan and you don't already have this card, then I would say $100 is, I guess, a good price to pick it up at. I mean, I definitely think that it will increase, especially like once these sets hit like the 5-year mark, because right now they're just kind of like hovering right around 3. But I could definitely see this becoming easily $150, if not like a $200 card in the next couple years. Especially if they do some sort of more like trainer gimmicky stuff like this, then people will look back on this Trainer Gallery stuff and want to try and pick some of these up. So, and like clearly $100 isn't too much for people to spend, because people spend way more on cards. So next we got Umbreon VMAX. This card's pretty sweet. We got Karen right here, giant Umbreon, kind of just chilling on top of a building. This thing has been all over the place in the last year. It started out at $30. It was hanging out right around $40, $30, $40 for the longest time. Then it shot up, and it's kind of just been back and forth between like 80 and 60 for the last, like, I'd say 7 or 8 months. I think that $80 is fine to pay for this card. I think this card will show some increase in the future for sure, and it's just an awesome card. Karen's a super cool trainer, and Umbreon obviously is insanely popular, so any Umbreon card like this that's going to be like harder to pull or harder to get hold of will definitely carry a bit of a premium. So picking this up at $75, $80 is definitely a good deal because I could see this going up a lot in the future. All right, we're going to look at the Gengar from Lost Origin next. For the last year, this was about $5 for the longest time, and then it kind of started spiking a little bit, and then recently, the last like month or 2 months, it's gone up to about $30. So it's like a 700% increase over the last year. So if you picked up a bunch of these, like, good on you. Really good artwork. The Misfortune Sisters are a pretty cool group of characters from Legends Arceus, and this Gengar is definitely up there as far as like artworks for Gengars go. And obviously super popular Pokemon. I think $35 is probably a fine price to pick this card up because this will definitely increase. Gengar is always kind of like increase over time. So picking this card up now would not be a bad idea. Obviously picking it up back when it was like $5 is probably a little bit better, but this is why you kind of look at these trends, because the next set that comes out could have a Pokemon like a Gengar like this that sells for $10, and you're like, all right, well, I'll pick up 10 copies, and then a while later those $10 cards become $30, $40, $50 cards, and you just made a bunch of profits. So, but yeah, this Gengar has just seen like massive growth and in a short amount of time. So will this thing continue on this path? Probably not. It'll probably level out right around like $50 maybe, but I think that once it levels out for a little bit, it'll then increase. I could see this being easily going up to being a $100 card once these Trainer Gallery sets go out of extinction. I just wanted to touch on the Evolution cards. These are all from Brilliant Stars, but the Eevee, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, they're all kind of selling for the same price, right around $10, $10 to $12. So I honestly think any of these are good pickups right now just because they're Eevee cards and they're starting to show this upward trend. So if you have these or have a chance to pick some of these up, pick some of these up. I might myself pick up, at least 1 or 2 copies of this. They're very easy to pull from Brilliant Stars, so if you also have some Brilliant Stars to open up, which that's a whole nother story, I would say picking these up is a good idea because these will definitely show some growth just because Evolutions are super popular. And like, I know Prismatic was like a Evolution kind of base set, but like, we all know what happened with Prismatic. If they make like a mainstream or main series set featuring Eevees, all these Eevee cards are going to go up. This is probably one of the best Rayquaza artworks that we have for any card, and like it definitely shows, it's definitely reflected in the price of this card. This Rayquaza VMAX is from Silver Tempest, was right around $30, $40 a year ago, and now is upwards of $90 to $100, and it's pretty obvious why Rayquaza is a super popular Pokemon. This artwork is super dope. We got Zinnia right here, Rayquaza in the background, just towering over. I definitely think that $100 is still a decent price to pick this card up at, because it was hovering right around $80 for the longest time, and it's kind of shooting up recently. I think with like the mega sets coming out, Rayquaza's popularity is going up, and like, they're going to make a mega Rayquaza card at some point. That's just going to shoot all these Rayquaza cards up a lot. So if you don't already have this card, you're a big Rayquaza fan, pick it up, pay that $100 because it's not going to get any cheaper. Next up, we're going to look at this Garchomp V. It's actually on a downward trend right now, so I can confidently say, without a doubt, now is the time to pick this card up if you don't already have it, because this card is definitely going to do well over time. Garchomp also has a Mega, so the fact that they're probably going to print more Garchomp cards, and Cynthia's Garchomp just came out too. It's just like, Garchomp's a very popular Pokemon. This card is trending down. It's ticking all the boxes to pick this card up, and you could wait a little bit longer and see if it gets down to like $50, but it also could shoot back up to $70 very easily. So I would pick this card up. It's an awesome artwork, and if you're a big Garchomp fan, now is the time. Cynthia right here though is so sick. Like, this Garchomp is just super tight. I think they're sitting on like some sort of tower or some sort of like stone throne right here or something. I'm not sure, but this card is awesome. I wanted to also end this by talking about these black and gold cards. These are like the back 2 cards of each of the Trainer Gallery sets. There's 8 of these. I think it's like the Urshifus, the Calyrexes, Mew, Rayquaza. Oh, gosh, what are the other 2? Pikachu's one of them, and there's one I'm forgetting. Anyway, I think that all of these right now are very good pickups, especially because they are still so cheap. This Mew is probably a different story because it's starting to shoot up. Mew's extremely popular, and I feel like people are just buying up Mew cards, but these cards are very, very inexpensive right now, and I could see these definitely getting bought up in the future and the price increasing. I don't know if they'll be like $100 cards, but easily $50 cards. Like, especially like how popular these Pokemon are. Maybe not like the Urshifus or the Calyrexes, but the Mew, the Pikachu, and the Rayquaza. Like, I would definitely, if you have a chance to pick these up. I just picked up a Rayquaza VMAX for like $10. That's absolutely perfect. I'm going to send it in to get graded, and we'll see what happens. But I think that this gold Trainer Gallery cards are the next thing to go explode from the Sword and Shield era. So keep an eye on these. If they get too expensive for you, just, you know, hopefully you buy them before then. I definitely think that these are going to go up in the future. So those were the Trainer Gallery cards. I only looked at the more expensive ones. There's 120 Trainer Gallery cards in total, and they're all pretty amazing artworks. There's also like Trainer Gallery cards, which don't feature any Pokemon, but some of those cards are also pretty good. I mainly just focus on the ones that have the Pokemon in them. The artworks are just fantastic. So feel free to go and look at some of the cheaper ones. I mean, like I said, there's so many, such a wide variety of them, and they're all great. So if you are one of those collectors who kind of missed out on that era, there's definitely a lot of affordable cards to go back to and pick up right now, especially with the way Pokemon is right now. I think it's a good time to go back to these older sets and kind of pick up some of these cards that are still affordable, because one day they could blow up and you could be sitting with a $100 card that you bought for $15. It happens all the time, and it's definitely not out of the question with the current Pokemon market that we are in. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.